Hi everyone, this is Cheery Enchantress. I'm here with another book from the life-changing book series that I've been doing. I wouldn't say this one is exactly life-changing, but it is definitely was life-aiding for sure. And it came to mind. I wasn't even planning to do a talk on this book, but today, well, this whole week really, we've had this change of weather and everything is sort of misty, foggy, mystical, cool. I feel sort of transportive, like I'm in different time right now, somewhere maybe in London. And it feels really odd to be going to work and doing my usual routine when everything else around me seems so different, seems so not matching. But I guess it's just kind of like in my reality I'm sort of living two worlds because I'm doing this spiritual talks and stuff and then going to work. And then I also live through my dreams because my dreams is a place where I travel. And I have what they call prophetic dreams too, where I see things in the future. I see future events in my dreams. I see people in my dreams. I also see the past. I have like past life wanderings. I've seen myself dressed up in a ball gown, up and down steps, kind of a Cinderella-ish. But I don't know, it's interesting. Before I keep going on the dream about this book, also just mention that psychic intelligence book that I really highly recommend. And that's coming up. Oh yeah, I have to do a talk on this one. That's coming up soon. Also has a dream section in it. And it's the place where we're the closest to that 4D dimension that we get. We live in a 3D world. Everything is sort of, in a cookie cutter. I can't even think very straight on a day like today. And then I got some incense going, so I'm feeling so mellow. So I don't want to talk about the 3D. Let's talk about 4D. Let's talk about dreams and out-of-body experiences and astral projection and meeting people in your dreams. After my dad passed away, I hung out with him a lot in my dreams. I remember one dream was so vivid. I mean, I was like really wanting to hug him again, and in my dream, it was weird that I really felt it physically, like a hug. Yeah, so stuff like that happens in your dreams. And people that you want to be with, maybe your twin flame, that you're in a separation maybe right now, but I think the general population of twin flames right now are sort of in a separation. But I have been getting a lot of feedback from sources that union is, a lot of twin flames have had their union recently, which is, it's kind of like October's the beginning of union time, and it's just going to be month after month after month after month kind of thing. But the people who are in separation, at least they still have their dreams and they have their psychic connection and things like that to keep them together. And so this book is really, really great. It kind of talks about dreams. No, surprise, surprise, talks about dreams. Yeah, it talks about dreams in different stages. There's lots of dream books out there that talk about that have symbols, like what to look for in a dream. Like a snake means this and a rock means that and so on and so forth, And this book has some of that too. Also it has kind of, what I found interesting is it helped me get in touch with the language of my dreams a little bit better. Like, I think my dreams have a sense of humor like me, and they speak in cliches, like, or phrases that you'll hear during the day, and then it'll transform in picture form in your dream. And these sometimes could be clues to what you need to do in your waking world. Sometimes it's just hashing out feelings and stuff. Sometimes you're just hashing out your hopes and your fears. Sometimes there are warnings and predictions. The warnings, though, usually come with a sense of fear. That's another thing, you have to be real keyed on how you're feeling when you're dreaming. If you're feeling fine, feeling happy, then don't worry about it. Even if it's a scary dream, like, considered a scary dream, or dark or sinister, or I had apocalyptic kind of dreams. And when I was dreaming them, I didn't feel bad. I felt like I can handle this, I didn't necessarily feel brave or anything. I just felt okay, like it didn't scare me, like I could handle it. So that's a good sign. Whenever you feel happy or good or positive in the dream, no matter what's happening in the dream, that's what you have to look at. Also pay attention to your colors. So like that apocalyptic dream that I had was really red, and everything was falling apart, and it was just kind of very strange. And I took this walk, and then I ended up at a temple that was all white, and I laid down in front of the temple, and then I was being nibbled on by little wolf pups. I don't know why I still remember that one, but that one was really bizarre. Oh, let me tell you the most beautiful dream I've ever had. I mean, I just love this dream. And this was years and years ago. It must have been, during that first spiritual awakening time, because it was a really beautiful time in my life where I'm having a lot of dreams of flying and levitation and levitating other people. Those are great dreams. So this is my favorite dream. And, well, I don't know. Okay, so in this book it says to, if you've had a dream and that you want more information about your dream, it goes through a little meditation, how you can set yourself up so you can, like, give yourself chapter 2, part 2 of this dream to understand more. So I think I had this dream that I'm talking about, the bubble dream, and then I wanted to know more about it, and so I consciously put myself in the dream state. So it's kind of weird, but anyway, I think dreams are really important to me because I'm I'm Venus ruled, but Neptune second. So I have a lot of planets in the 12th house, and I have my birthday is the 16th, and that's a 7, which is in Neptune, Pisces number. And so this world is kind of where I live a lot, where my mind is, how I receive things from spirit to, and how I connect with people on the other side. Anyway, so this dream was great. So I used some of the guides from the book. So I'm in this kind of marble hall type place, but it's dark. It's not dark as in night, but it's dark as in the lighting, because in these times the only lighting that they had was candlelight, so it wasn't really bright like a church would be nowadays or anything. It was kind of low light, dim light, but the marble was kind of a white marble, and it was really beautiful. And in the book it said, find a mirror or a reflective object and go see what you look like. So consciously, subconsciously, I don't know, it's like a mix of both, I told myself to go look in the mirror and see what I looked like. And this was, at the time when I had this dream, I was married and I had blonde hair because he preferred blonde. And I thought, I'd like to try blonde, so I was blonde for a really long time. But in this dream, I was raven-haired, long raven hair. And I was very fair, and I had a white dress on or something. And I looked young, but it's hard to tell, But I looked young. And so then the scene moves to where I'm outside, and the weather's pretty nice, and I get into a carriage. It's an open carriage, though, with horses. And then somebody sits next to me, a man, and he has brown hair, and that's all I can tell. I can't see his face. And then this carriage goes through the woods. It travels through the woods, and then as we travel through the woods together, the seasons change, and it starts to get cold, and the carriage turns into a sleigh, and I find that I have furs and stuff wrapped around me. Or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe it was cold first, then got warm. But anyway, we go through the woods, through this wooded area, and then it turns into a city, and it looks like London, or possibly London, like cobblestones, and it's like we've in the middle of a town center kind of thing. Now we're back as horses again, and back in, warmer situation with regular clothes. And so then the horses are kind of like going in a circular, kind of in a spiral motion, just round and around. And then suddenly the horses lift up and start floating, flying. And we're in the carriage with the horses flying up. And as we're floating up, kind of doing a spiral motion, there's bubbles everywhere. That was the most beautiful feeling I've ever felt, that dream right there. And it's like, that's my call or something, I don't know. That feeling of feeling whole and lifted up and happy and being with the one that I love. And who knows, I don't know, I guess I loved him. He was with me anyway. So it was a beautiful dream. And I'm not sure what that dream symbolizes, but I know it gives me hope. It gives me hope because it's something I've always wanted, to find this union that kind of completes me, makes me feel whole kind of thing. And I know a lot of you out there feel the same way. So I'll just show you the table of contents. Real men are dreamers too. So part 1 is active dreaming. Active dreaming is what I just was telling you, kind of put yourself in a situation and consciously work your way through. Real men are dreamers too, catching your dreams, your own book of dreams. I have my own book of dreams right here. So this is my dream journal that I always have by my bed, and I just write down, the significant dreams, the ones that I remember. Well, I try to write down all the dreams I remember. I don't always remember, but I have had some very significant dreams recently. Different things, working through nightmares, trust your feelings, first associations, reality check, dream re-entry. That's what I was doing, dream re-entry. You could go back into that dream and get some more answers. Dialogue with dream characters, talk to people. I did that with a dream I had of my sister to find out who these people were in her dreams, and it turned out they were her kids, and she ended up having 2 children just like the kids in my dream. Dialogue with dream characters, tracking your dream self, symbol exploration. So they do have explanation of symbols. For me, and I guess most people, but definitely for me, blue and water come up a lot, and that's emotions. I've had dreams of tidal waves and tornadoes, and that's emotions again. I've had a lot of dreams of white, very symbolically white. Dreams of my brother and his wife, who are kind of like soulmates to me in a way, they're connected to me. And they're oftentimes in a white scene. I remember very vivid one where there was a white baby grand piano right there. So anyway, this is just a very comprehensive book. Guardian Angels too. I might have to reread some of it. I've just been writing stuff that I haven't been reading very much lately. Anyway, conscious dreaming. So that's what I mean by the conscious part. It's like we when we dream, it's subconscious, but you can turn it into conscious dreaming, so you're able to participate and write things down and be more active when it comes to dreaming, especially if you're a Pisces or Neptune ruled person or 16 or a 7. These things can be very handy for your life. Also, it's a place that helps me explore, like I feel like in dreams I have my soul travels to different times and stuff. And I have a feeling like, I have a very strong feeling towards time travel and seeing different places that we've been. And I'm attracted to romance novels and movies and stuff like that has to do with time travel. One of my favorite movies of all time is this one, Somewhere in Time. They're both beautiful people, both Libras, Christopher Reeve and Jane Seymour. And the story is just really beautiful. It's just how his longing, he was able to transport through time just for his longing of love. So I just like that. Also, I love this one, The Time Traveler's Wife. Rachel McAdams, she's played lots of variety of characters, but she's just very sweet and wholesome in this one. But also she's, stubborn, typical woman, but has faith, a lot of faith, and she's very loyal and faithful to him. And I don't know, it's a great movie and interesting. I'm not going to give anything away. It's just real interesting. And so, yeah, it's funny what dreams do, but it's really a great thing to have a dream journal. Just write it down. Just write these things down. And then maybe like a few days later, a week later, go back and read it, and stuff will pop out at you like, oh, that makes sense now. Might not make sense when you're writing it down, but it definitely will make sense later. So a lot of things like that have happened with me. And trust in your dreams, because that's that's the guide that's beyond your mind. It's your soul, it's your subconscious, it's the spirit speaking to you in picture forms and stuff. So anyway, there you go. I guess that's all I need to say about conscious dreaming. Hope you enjoyed the talk. Subscribe, watch some other videos. I'll be doing some more pick a card readings soon. I got a lot of ideas. I just gotta get the time. Tonight I was just feeling kind of groggy. I'm sorry if I'm choking a little. I have this incense going, but it smells so good. All right, you guys. Faith, trust, and pixie dust.